Well, we couldn't have asked for a better start than we've had today result-wise. We could have got off to a better start the game-wise. We were a little bit sloppy. Gave the ball away. We didn't string 2 or 3 passes together really. But we expected that from Bridport. I'd seen them on Tuesday night, so that was a good exercise to come down and see them Tuesday night. And sometimes you think, should I tell the boys exactly what I've seen? Because what I saw wasn't particularly good, and I really fancied our chances and knew that if we get at them, particularly their lack of pace at the back, then we would have a real good chance. But I didn't want to draw them into any complacency and think, oh yeah, this is the game one, I'll just get the ball, we're going to score, and score 2, and so they, and so it did. It was actually, to be fair, when we took the lead, we were 1-0, and they scored. Which, if there's a better goal this season than what we conceded today, it's probably going to be goal of the season. It was a tremendous strike from like 35 yards, and it just flew in, and it stood on the touchline, and it was like, well, wow, can't do anything about that. It just went boom, it just flew in. So that took back to 1-1, which then just we upped our game then. I think we really upped our game in that sort of halfway through the first half, and we started to pass. Then we started to hit the balls. Matty Buchan really came into his own, and we looked a lot more comfortable. Some great strikes at goal. Of course, we come in at 4-1 up at half time, which, as a manager, even as a player at this particular standard, it's not that often that. It's very rare that you come in, at half time and you're 4-1 up. And their goal was they hadn't been in our box, but their goal was a wonder strike. So we were very pleased at half time. The confidence was really high. But what really impressed me was the intensity of the substitutions that I used. Each one that came on, not only sometimes at that stage of the game when you're 5-1 up, and Matty Bucks went on to get his hat-trick very early on, which was great because he had a little groin injury, so that made we were able to bring him off then, and sort of nurse that groin injury without actually aggravating it any further. But each sub that came on, Billy Tucker, Lewis Tonkin, and particularly Stu Bowker, kept that intensity. In fact, actually took it up notches, and they worked, and it was great to see. So we didn't rest on our laurels, and we really went to, and I think, to score 7 goals in any standard of the game, it's excellent, and I'm thrilled to bits for the start. We've been, for 2017-18 season, we started our season with the squad and the team, and to see where it's come now with the chairman, is really brilliant. And I feel very proud for what the club has done and achieved, and the quality of the players we've got here, and where we want to go. And if it is a season or 2, a couple of seasons that we have here, but we want to be one of the better sides in it. Before we want to make the next step up to 4. That's where we want to go. But if it takes a couple of seasons, so be it. I get a team and squad that can do that for us. Right this moment, I've got a real good group of players that absolutely gave everything today. The scoreline reflects that, and I'm proud. I'm very proud manager today. It's a great day for us.